about your future now.
Yeah.
You've got your degree.
Yeah.
2-1 first.
We got a 2-1.
Okay,
Yeah, got a 2-1. Just scraped it. Even the way I got it, right, the lecturers were a bit... No, okay, not the lecturers. There was one lecturer. He was a bit dodgy. I think he just didn't like me, so... Yeah. Yeah, that's another story, but yeah, put in the work. Like, library was my second home. I remember the amount of late nights that I'd be there with my friends from lecture, and we're literally just crying mentally, and it was...
Were you a last minute man?
I was. I can't lie. Yeah, I was.
So
I was.
You didn't put in the work that much then, did you?
No, but I did
See what
in
I'm
the
saying,
end.
though?
No, in my final year. Yeah,
You put in the work from the start. Remember, it takes one to know one.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't even be in that dilemma.
In my final year, I actually wasn't a last minute man because I had to tell myself that
but
that is not good.
You set a trend for what the lecturers see you as.
Yeah.
And the standard. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but to be fair, this guy was actually a new lecturer, so we had a lot of lecturers come and go. So meeting this guy now, mind you, this is again during COVID times as well. So to have a face to face, yeah, it wasn't like he knew me because this was now during the time where lockdown started, and obviously we couldn't even go into uni like that. So teaching was very weird. It wasn't something that I could get used to. I feel like there was a lack of resources, there was a lack of learning, and again, because architectural technology is very practical in a sense where they gotta show you what to do. It's not like you can tell someone about it and then boom, they'll catch it.
Why architecture?
Why architecture? Alright, so from...
7 grand, you should know.
No, I do know why. It's like, I just gotta start from the beginning. I'm not trying to make this story long. Well, I've always loved to draw and design and create from when I was little. And I guess with that skill, I got that from my mum. So our first thought when I was going to uni, before going to uni, was that I should do fine art. But then, I don't know, I wouldn't say I fell out of love with fine art. I wanted to be more hands-on in terms of now, like, just literally creating something. Because I like to think of myself as a creative. I do, like, other stuff on the side as well. So, for instance, spoken word and poetry, I used to dance. And again, with the drawing and the painting.
Instagram handle? My
Instagram
handle, yeah. If you're doing all that, you must be.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, so it's literally just JAAYY _MT. So that's my Instagram. That's where you'll find a lot of my content. And yeah, in terms of architecture, I saw that as an opportunity to now utilize those types of skills, especially art, because I've always had a love for art. Again, I've always had this love for drawing, design, and creating, and I remember now was it primary school, secondary? It was around that time, one of my teachers that obviously took a liking to me made that suggestion to me and saying I should look into it. And looking into it, I was thinking, I can really go far within this subject. Like, I can do a lot. And I figured it was something that I knew I'd be good at as well. Not in a sense where, like, I was trying to be all cocky, like, oh yeah, I'm that talented, I could do it. But like, in a sense where it's like, this would be something that I love, and it's a well-respected job as well. Why not? Let's give it a go. And then going through my stages of A-level, doing design and technology as well as other subjects, and then going to uni doing architecture, I was thinking, yes, this is my niche. I gotta do this. I just gotta do this. Especially when it came to like understanding like the software, getting better with certain skills that would be mandatory within architectural technology, just understanding the practice and the field. Like, I just loved it. This was like, yeah, it was made for me, man. I'll choose it again and again, to be fair. I don't think I'll do anything else.
So the future of why you're what do you want to do? Do you want to go back to the Congo and build houses?
It's actually been a recent thought, yeah. At one point, I never really had that thought in mind, but talking to my uncle about it after hearing, you know, that I graduated, he was basically giving me that incentive that, yeah, I should consider that idea of, you know, doing architecture back home. And I never really thought about it because honestly, I've never actually been to Congo.
Okay.
So when he mentioned that to me, and like he was talking about how the opportunities would be even greater for you, especially now that you've got a degree, especially in this country, and then you're going back to Congo, and it's like, you know, it could be a lot more beneficial and like a lot more rewarding as well.
Well,
So
Congo's bigger than the whole of Western Europe.
yeah, it's just so many facts, man, about Congo. It's a great country. Oh yeah, most definitely.
I would get some years experience here. But
Oh,
even
yeah,
though when you
yeah.
get the years experience here, you can still do stuff for Congo virtually.
Yeah.
Because you're all about concept and design. So you look at the top African architectures, designs, and what they design for different regions of Africa, different kind of buildings, different problems, damp, rising damp, mosquitoes.
Yeah.
All those things can be designed out.
Yeah.
Do you understand? When you're designing a house, I'm just talking obviously from my experience.
No, of course, no, you're saying the right things, yeah.
Then you can.
An idea that sort of came upon me just recently, so it's like still early days, but definitely is something that I'm not gonna now put to the side. Is very conscious about it. So I would like to think that for the time being, I get obviously my experience being a practice, and eventually when I feel more confident and more bold within that field, I could literally just take it places, go and take it places. So for instance, Congo itself.
That's what the future's about.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
And then you can have the best of both worlds.
exactly.
Would you do the architect's degree to become a formal architect?
You know, it's funny because in uni now, dealing with all the stress and the workload, I remember how I was really reconsidering. I was like, oh, nah, this ain't worth it. But perhaps it was just because, you know, like the workload was just mad. And when uni gets to you, it really does get to you. But obviously now that I'm out, I would like to invest into that area, and of course, like whatever's gonna make me more capable of getting into that field, then I will definitely put some thought into it. And yeah.
The only reason I asked that question is because, and it's interesting what you say about your degree and the pressure, is because
That's what I've been researching, that's what I've been looking into, and it's like I've already started. Why would I cut myself short and, you know, just stop there? Like, and I know there's so much to learn, and again, like with like the way I see myself, how I'm very open to learning new things. I know that there's so much more to learn in this life, and it may not even be it may not have any relation to architecture, but it can help me in some other sort of aspect or factor in my life.
African culture, they love a title.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you can say architect, it's a big thing.
It is, definitely
and
a big
you're
thing.
registered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my aunties and uncles were going crazy when they heard I graduated, man. It was a blessed feeling. Even graduation day, it was
They all
amazing.
turned up.
They weren't able to,
Oh, yeah,
but they were just showing their love. Yeah. And plus, again, with this climate of Corona, and you know, there was a limited space of people that were allowed to come. So it's unfortunate, but of course, you know, just gotta abide by guidelines and whatnot. So
this spoken word,
yeah.
give us a sample of your spoken word.
What, like from off the top?
Yeah.
You're gonna put me on the spot.
You put yourself on the spot. You said this is what you do. So come on.
Damn. All right.
There might be some music person or whatever events person wants to put you up there.
You know what? It's fair. Okay. Because I've got quite a few. Basically, my platform as well is called Jason's Corner. There's no space, literally Jason's Corner. Yeah, so JASON with a S CORNER, no space. Yeah, Jason's Corner. Where royalty lies. This one, just to give you a little backstory, is basically a more so it's like it's a black woman appreciation type poem. It's gonna start now. No pressure. All right, cool. So before I continue, I'd just like to say this poem that I've put together goes out to one of God's greatest creations, the queens that we constantly see on a day-to-day basis. Yes, people, this one goes out to my fellow black girls. See, I'm gonna use this time to come on an appreciation vibe, because from how I've seen today's world, I can't help but notice that black girls aren't given the time of day, nor are they given the respect and truly recognized for what they bring to the table. So here I stand with a few things to say. Looking back in our history, it's clear and evident to see that the vast majority of our people have endured a lot. And at the same time, it also seems like the day-to-day struggles and hassles for a black girl amounts to so much more. Seeing countless attempts of the world pulling black girls down to the floor. Whether it's industrialized or seen on the socials or done directly or indirectly, it's happening. Black girls have put up with so much, and now it's something that this world has become accustomed to. What's crazy about all of this is that you'll really find several black men and women involved shaming their own, and this ain't nothing new. I can't help but think appreciation is only given due to the social media portraying black girls as some trend. But when people have something negative to say, there's nobody there to defend. We seem to be living in a time where instead of our race standing hand in hand in unity, issues such as colorism continues to be a big crisis in our black community. I kid you not, more time you'll still find people come across black beauty and assume for them to be that beautiful, they can't fully be black. They must have some sort of mix, or even turn our skin into some sort of fetish. The way I see it, the only mix you're gonna find in a black girl is black. Unapologetically black, proud black, and some more black. Maybe some chocolate too. I mean, don't you know, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So, regardless of what the world throws at you, love yourself. And with that confidence with that confidence popping off of the glow of your skin, go tell a friend to tell a friend. Walk around like you're the shit and scream it all over the ends. Let them know you're a queen. And you gotta remember that. See, Black is beautiful, and there's beauty in being black. People may be triggered and not consider that what I'm saying is a fact, but don't worry about all of that noise. It's time to take your crown back. So the world may treat you differently, but that don't mean anything. And I for one know that no matter what anyone says, there's royalty in your melanin. And that's where royalty lies.
Well done, well done.
Nah, I'm shaking the nerves off. I haven't performed in a long time, but
that's just going to go out to 7.5 billion people. What motivates you when you're to write this stuff?
A lot of this is literally just thoughts that goes on in my head. A lot of things that I'm passionate about. A lot of things that I'd say maybe it's like it sort of grinds my gear. So I feel like I've got to respond to this in the best sort of way. I feel like the way spoken word has helped me personally has been an amazing outlet where I would sometimes isolate my thoughts. I wouldn't be open about what I'm going through, what's going on in my head. And I do feel like it can play negatively towards you. So the way I use spoken word and the way it's been an outlet to me is like I'm able to now express how I feel, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And what goes on in my head, especially when it comes to addressing certain topics and agendas that I do feel passionate about, especially with this one, considering what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've witnessed when it goes down to my sisters or my friends, again, uni, especially that environment, you see a lot. So even with the story I gave before, there's just a lot more stories with like different types of scenarios. Yeah, that really has motivated me to take it a bit more seriously, to the point where now I've created this platform on Apple Music, on Spotify, SoundCloud, even YouTube actually. So again.
So when you've on YouTube, is it a visual thing? So you're standing?
I've only just started the YouTube thing recently, and it's more so like just a visual. So not me doing a live performance. I would like to do live performances hopefully soon enough. Mm-hmm. But I want to also now create content based on the spoken words that I've done. I've done a lot on, let's say for instance, knife crime, sexual assault and abuse, and other stuff like I'd say that any stuff that's a bit personal to me. So I'd like to create content where it's like possibilities are just endless to what I can do. So whether it's like a short film, a documentary, a talk on it, or again like a music video or a poetic video, however you want to see it.
Was any of your parents creative?
My mum, yeah.
Because between architecture and this spoken word, and what's the other thing?
I was doing a bit of dance as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't got room for you to dance.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely not doing
would.
that. Dancing as well, I loved it, man. It's again just another way I could express myself. Wow. So I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna be a dancer. And then it's like, nah, I don't want to be a dancer. But yeah, no.
You can still follow your dream. You can dance.
Oh, definitely.
Dance is
I
a way
would.
of expressing your what have you, innit?
Yeah, I don't think I can ever stop dancing, but as a profession, I mean, I don't know. I reckon like in the most recent of years, I've taken spoken word and poetry a lot more serious than dancing. Dancing is more, it's like I'm just enjoying myself, or I'm
letting go.
Yeah, letting go. It's just another expression thing. So, but yeah,
Well, it's been a great
skill set.
interview.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
a
you for
great
having
interview.
me.
My last question I ask you is, what's the impact you want to have on the world?
Oh wow. The impact.
Man.
I'd like to think that I can make people around me and even strangers feel encouraged to do whatever makes them happy, using myself as an example. And I'd like to think that through however I treat people, however I talk to people, whatever I'm doing for myself, whatever I invest my time and energy into, it's always gonna now develop me into a better person for tomorrow. And I'd like to think that if people, when people can see that with me, they would also feel motivated to do that, or even not even just see it. Like if I'm able to now have that impact on someone through, for instance, spoken word, and make them, put some thought into perhaps doing something that makes them happy, then that would bring like a huge smile to my face. I remember like even hearing the feedback from my own spoken word, for instance, the way my friends responded to it, it was an amazing feeling. I didn't even expect that response at the time, but yeah, just seeing that, it's like I can only encourage people to do what makes you happy, man. You only live once, and believe me, like there's a lot of unhappy people out there, man.
Okay.
You gotta do what makes you happy in the end of the day.
Well, that's great. And just remind us, where can people find you?
Right, so you could find me on Apple Music and Spotify. Again, it's called Jason's Corner, JASONSCORNER. You could follow me on Instagram, so that is JAAYY_MT, so just a very long JMT. And yeah, you'll find a lot of my stuff there, a lot of my content there. Again, on YouTube, Jason's Corner, so it's pretty much the same with my Spotify and Apple Music. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
Thank you, Simon, man. This has been a pleasure.
And we wish you well.
Cheers, man.